Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to a world of laughter, learning, and entertainment. Greetings, viewers. Get ready to immerse yourself in the world of Charles Tillman in this video. Charles Anthony Tillman, born February 23, 1981, nicknamed Peanut, is an American former professional football player who was a cornerback in the National Football League (NFL). He played college football for the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin Cajuns and was selected by the Chicago Bears in the second round of the 2003 NFL Draft. Tillman played 12 years for the Bears, helping them reach Super Bowl XLI, and also played 1 year with the Carolina Panthers, making Super Bowl 50 with the team, although he had been placed on injured reserve earlier in the season. He was selected to 2 Pro Bowls and was the Walter Payton Man of the Year in 2013. He was known for his cover skills as well as his ability to force fumbles by stripping or punching the ball away from players, with his well-timed punch of the ball commonly known as the Peanut Punch. In 2022, the NFL acknowledged it as a new gridiron football concept in a memo sent to all GMs and head coaches. After retiring from the NFL, Tillman joined the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) in 2018. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of early life in this section. Tillman was born in Chicago, Illinois, but spent a majority of his youth traveling around the world. His father, Donald Tillman Jr., a sergeant in the United States Army, was frequently stationed in different locations, ranging from United States to Germany. Tillman attended 11 different schools during his youth, but eventually graduated from Copperas Cove High School in Texas. During his time at the school, Tillman was a 2-time All-District 8 and All-Area Team selection. The Austin American-Statesman and All-State Class Honorable Mention named him to the Super Syntax team. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of college career. Tillman attended the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, where he played for the Louisiana Lafayette Ragin Cajuns football team from 1999 to 2002. He started for all 4 years as a left cornerback after being a wide receiver in high school. His Ragin Cajuns teammates included future Pittsburgh Steelers cornerback Ike Taylor. Tillman graduated from ULL with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of Chicago Bears and unravel its multifaceted nature. The Chicago Bears selected Tillman in the second round, 35th overall in the 2003 NFL Draft. He was the 6th cornerback drafted and the first of 2 cornerbacks selected from Louisiana Lafayette in 2003, along with 4th-round pick 125th overall Ike Taylor. He was only the 10th Louisiana Lafayette player to be selected in the NFL Draft and surpassed 1998 second-round pick 36th overall Anthony Tillman to become the highest selection in the NFL Draft from Louisiana Lafayette, which he still remains as of 2025. Get ready for an exciting exploration as we unravel the mysteries of 2003. On August 1, 2003, the Chicago Bears signed Tillman to a 5-year, $4.32 million contract that includes a signing bonus of $2.05 million. He started training camp as a candidate to earn the role as the 3rd cornerback on the depth chart, competing against Todd McMillan and Roosevelt Williams under defensive coordinator Greg Black. Head coach Dick Uren named him a backup and listed him as the 3rd cornerback on the depth chart to begin the season, behind starting cornerbacks R.W. McQuarters and Jerry Zuma. On September 7, 2003, Tillman made his professional regular season debut in the Chicago Bears season opener at the San Francisco Bears and made 4 solo tackles and made the first forced fumble of his career while covering a punt return by Jimmy Williams during a loss. His forced fumble on Jimmy Williams occurred in the 4th quarter and was recovered by Bears long snapper Patrick Manley. Following a 3rd consecutive loss to start the season, Tillman was announced as a starting cornerback beginning in Week 5 against the Oakland Raiders, supplanting Jerry Zuma, and would be tasked with covering Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. In Week 5, Tillman earned his first career start and recorded 6 solo tackles and made 1 pass deflection during a victory against the Oakland Raiders. On October 26, 2003, Tillman recorded 8 solo tackles, had 1 pass breakup, and made his first career interception off a pass by Joey Harrington to wide receiver Zahir Hakeem and returned it for yards as the Bears defeated the Detroit Lions. The following week, he had 1 solo tackle, 2 pass deflections, and had his second consecutive game with an interception on a pass attempt by Drew Brees to wide receiver David Boston during a win against the San Diego Chargers in Week 9. In Week 11, he set a season high with 11 combined tackles, 9 solo, made 2 pass deflections, and intercepted a pass by Mark Bulger to wide receiver Torrey Holt during a loss against the St. Louis Rams. In Week 12, he made 6 solo tackles and had his first career sack on Jake Plummer for a 3-yard loss during a victory at the Denver Broncos. In Week 14, he set a season high with 10 solo tackles, 11 combined during a loss at the Green Bay Packers. On December 14, 2003, Tillman made 10 combined tackles, 9 solo, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and sealed a victory against the Minnesota Vikings by intercepting a Hail Mary pass in the end zone thrown by Daunt Culpepper to wide receiver Randy Moss with 1:11 remaining in the game. He finished his rookie season in 2003 with a total of 86 combined tackles, 79 solo, 12 pass deflections, 4 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 sack in 16 games and 13 starts. On December 29, the Bears fired Dick Yoren after they finished the 2003 NFL season with a record. As we enter this new phase, let's analyze 2004 from different angles and evaluate its significance. He entered training camp slated as the No. 1 starting cornerback under new defensive coordinator Ron Rivera. Head coach Lovie Smith named Tillman and R.W. McQuarters the starting cornerbacks to begin season. On September 19, 2004, Tillman collected a season-high 11 combined tackles, 9 solo during a victory at the Green Bay Packers in Week 2. Tillman sustained a knee injury and was sidelined for the next 8 weeks. In Week 16, he recorded 5 combined tackles, 4 solo, and set a season-high with 3 pass deflections during a loss at the Detroit Lions. He finished the 2004 NFL season with 39 combined tackles, 32 solo, 5 pass deflections, and 1 forced fumble in 8 games and 7 starts. As we venture forward, let's take a closer look at 2005 and its impact on our understanding. Head coach Lovie Smith retained Tillman as the No. 1 starting cornerback to begin the season, and paired him with Nathan Vasher. On October 30, 2005, Tillman recorded 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, deflected 2 passes, and returned an interception for his first career touchdown during an overtime victory at the Detroit Lions. He scored the game-winning touchdown after intercepting a pass by Jeff Garcia thrown to wide receiver Mike Williams, and returned it for a yard touchdown to help the Bears defeat the Lions in overtime after a tie in regulation. In Week 12, he set a new season high with 10 combined tackles, 9 solo during a victory at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. On December 4, 2005, Tillman had one of his best overall performances, recording 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, made his lone sack of the season, forced a fumble, recovered a muffed punt, and also intercepted a pass by Brett Favre to wide receiver Robert Ferguson and returned it for yards as the Bears defeated the Green Bay Packers. On December 11, 2005, Tillman recorded 8 combined tackles, 5 solo, deflected a pass, and made a season-high 2 forced fumbles during a loss at the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 14. Tillman forced a fumble by Vernon Haynes and Cedric Wilson during the game. In Week 16, Tillman made 8 combined tackles, 7 solo, 1 pass deflection, and set a career high with his 5th interception of the season on a pick thrown by Brett Favre to wide receiver Robert Ferguson during a victory at the Green Bay Packers. Head coach Lovie Smith chose to rest Tillman and multiple other starters in preparation for the playoffs as the Bears lost at the Minnesota Vikings in Week 17. He finished the season with 93 combined tackles, 82 solo, 11 pass deflections, 5 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles, 1 sack, and 1 touchdown in 15 games and 15 starts. The Chicago Bears finished atop the NFC North with a record in 2005, earning a first-round bye. On January 15, 2006, Tillman started his first career playoff game and recorded 6 solo tackles and a pass deflection as the Bears lost against the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Divisional Round. His efforts helped the Bears establish the league's best defense in 2005. Now, we shift our focus to 2006, a topic that deserves our attention. He returned as the No. 1 starting cornerback to begin the season and remained alongside Nathan Vasher. On October 16, 2006, Tillman made 6 combined tackles for solo, 1 pass deflection, and returned a fumble recovery for a touchdown to help lead the Bears to a late 13-point comeback victory at the Arizona Cardinals that would be remembered for Cardinals head coach Dennis Green's infamous rant over the upset. With only 5:11 remaining while losing in the fourth quarter, linebacker Brian Urlacher forced a fumble by running back Gridiron James that was recovered by Tillman and returned for a 8-yard touchdown. Devin Hester would follow it up with an 8-yard punt return for a touchdown to lead the Bears to a lead with 2:58 remaining. With 52 seconds remaining, Cardinals kicker Neil Rackers would miss the 8-yard field goal. On November 11, 2006, Tillman made 3 solo tackles, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and intercepted a pass attempt by Eli Manning thrown to wide receiver Plaxico Burress during a victory at the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football. Days prior, Burress stated he thought the Bears' secondary was average and very beatable. The Bears were ranked as the best pass defense in the league at the time. Tillman limited Burress to only 3 receptions for yards and had 1 interception while covering him during the game. Burress finished with only 4 receptions on 11 targets for yards. On November 26, 2006, Tillman made 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, 3 pass deflections, and set a season high with 2 interceptions off passes thrown by Tom Brady during a loss at the New England Patriots. This marks his first multi-interception performance of his career. In Week 14, he recorded 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, had 2 pass breakups, and secured a win at the St. Louis Rams by intercepting a pass by Mark Bulger to wide receiver Isaac Bruce with only 1:12 remaining. He was inactive for the last 2 weeks of the season due to back injury. He finished the season with 81 combined tackles, 65 solo, 14 pass deflections, 5 interceptions, a forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and a touchdown in 14 games and 14 starts. The Chicago Bears finished the 2006 NFL season in first place in the NFC North with a record to earn a first-round bye. On January 14, 2007, Tillman recorded 9 combined tackles, 7 solo, and had 1 pass breakup during an overtime win against the Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round. The following week, the Bears routed the New Orleans Saints to win the NFC Championship game and advance to the Super Bowl. On February 4, 2007, Tillman started in Super Bowl XLI and recorded 11 combined tackles, 7 solo, made 1 forced fumble, and a fumble recovery as the Bears lost to the Indianapolis Colts. Let's transition to 2007 and uncover its significance. On July 24, 2007, the Chicago Bears signed Tillman to a 6-year, $64 million contract extension that included $11 million guaranteed and an initial signing bonus of $8.76 million. The Bears promoted linebackers coach Bob Babbage to defensive coordinator following the departure of Ron Rivera following failed contract negotiations. He returned to training camp slated as the de facto No. 1 starting cornerback. Head coach Lovie Smith named Tillman and Nathan Vasher the starting cornerbacks to begin the season, alongside starting nickelback Ricky Manning. In Week 3, Tillman recorded 6 solo tackles and made 2 pass deflections before spraining his ankle during a loss to the Dallas Cowboys. Nathan Vasher sustained a groin injury during the game, and both would subsequently remain inactive as the Bears lost at the Detroit Lions in Week 4. Nathan Vasher would remain inactive for 10 consecutive weeks due to his injured groin. In his place, Tillman would be paired with rookie Trumaine McBride. In Week 12, he made 3 combined tackles, 2 solo, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and intercepted a pass from Jay Cutler to wide receiver Brandon Marshall during an overtime victory to the Denver Broncos. In Week 15, he set a season high with 12 combined tackles, 11 solo as the Bears lost at the Minnesota Vikings. He finished the 2007 NFL season with a total of 76 combined tackles, 67 solo, 13 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, and made 3 interceptions in 15 games and 15 starts. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within 2008 and discover their significance. Head coach Lovie Smith named Tillman and Nathan Vasher as the starting cornerbacks for the 4th consecutive season. On September 25, 2008, he set a season high with 11 combined tackles, 10 solo, and made 2 pass deflections as the Bears lost in overtime against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In Week 5, Tillman made 2 combined tackles, 1 solo, set a season high with 4 pass deflections, and had a pick 6 after returning an interception that was thrown by Dan Orlovsky to wide receiver Roy Williams during a victory at the Detroit Lions. He was inactive during a victory against the Minnesota Vikings in Week 7 due to shoulder injury. He finished the 2008 NFL season with a total of 93 combined tackles, 81 solo, 17 pass deflections, and 3 interceptions in 15 games and 15 starts. Moving ahead, let's uncover the hidden gems within 2009 and discover their significance. He returned as the No. 1 starting cornerback and remained with Nathan Vasher. On September 20, 2009, he made 6 combined tackles, 4 solo, 1 pass deflection, forced a fumble, and intercepted a pass by Ben Roethlisberger to wide receiver Mike Wallace during a victory against the Pittsburgh Steelers. In Week 8, Tillman recorded 4 combined tackles, 3 solo, made 1 pass deflection, had a fumble recovery, and had his only pick 6 of the season after picking off a pass Derek Anderson 3 to wide receiver Mohamed Massaquoi during a win against the Cleveland Browns. On November 22, 2009, Tillman recorded 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, and set a career high with 3 forced fumbles, 2 recovered by Chicago, as the Bears lost to the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football. In Week 15, he set a season high with 8 combined tackles, 7 solo during a loss at the Baltimore Ravens. On December 28, 2009, Tillman made 7 combined tackles, 6 solo, and 1 pass deflection before he was carted off the field in the 4th quarter of the overtime victory against the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football after he injured his chest on an accidental collision with teammate Craig Stelz while he attempted to tackle Visanth Shayenko. The impact of the collision cracked some of Tillman's ribs and bruised one of his lungs. He was immediately rushed to the hospital and released 2 days later, but remained inactive for the Bears' victory at the Detroit Lions in Week 17. He finished the 2009 NFL season with 79 combined tackles, 66 solo, 7 pass deflections, 6 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and 1 touchdown in 15 games and 15 starts. Let's now enter the realm of 2010 and discover the fascinating stories it has to tell. Chicago Bears head coach Lovie Smith chose to promote defensive line coach Rob Marinelli to defensive coordinator after he demoted Bob Babich back to linebackers coach. Tillman was retained as the No. 1 starting cornerback to begin the season, but was paired with Zachary Bowman, following the departure of Nathan Vasher. Following Week 3, Zachary Bowman was demoted in favor of Tim Jennings, with Jennings remaining the starter alongside Tillman for the remainder of the season. On October 10, 2010, Tillman recorded 4 combined tackles, 2 solo, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and intercepted a pass by Matt Moore to wide receiver David Gettis during a win at the Carolina Panthers. In Week 15, he made 4 solo tackles, 1 pass deflection, and sealed a victory at the Minnesota Vikings by intercepting a pass by Joe Webb to wide receiver Hank Baskett with 3:08 remaining. The following week, he tied his season high of 8 solo tackles and had 1 pass breakup as the Bears defeated the New York Jets. On January 2, 2011, Tillman made 3 combined tackles, 2 solo, 1 pass deflection, a fumble recovery, and tied his career high with his 5th interception of the season on a pass by Aaron Rodgers to wide receiver Greg Jennings during a loss at the Green Bay Packers. He started in all 16 games for the first time in his IT career and finished with a total of 82 combined tackles, 71 solo, 14 pass deflections, and a career-high 5 interceptions. As we progress, let's zoom in on 2011 and examine its role in shaping our overall narrative. He returned as the de facto No. 1 starting cornerback to begin the season and was paired with Tim Jennings. In Week 6, he set a season high with 11 combined tackles, 10 solo, as the Bears defeated the Minnesota Vikings. On November 13, 2011, Tillman recorded 5 solo tackles, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and returned an interception thrown by Matthew Stafford to wide receiver Calvin Johnson for a 8-yard touchdown during a win against the Detroit Lions. On January 1, 2012, Tillman made 6 combined tackles, 2 solo, 1 pass deflection, and had a pick 6 by returning an interception on a pass thrown by Christian Ponder to running back Toby Gerhart for a 8-yard touchdown during a victory at the Minnesota Vikings. He started in all 16 games throughout the 2011 NFL season and set a career high with 100 combined tackles, 83 solo, 12 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 interceptions, and scored 2 touchdowns. He was named to the 2012 Pro Bowl, making it the first Pro Bowl selection in 9 seasons. The spotlight now falls on 2012 as we delve deeper into its details. He returned alongside Tim Jennings as the starting cornerbacks to begin the season. On October 1, 2012, Tillman recorded 5 combined tackles, 4 solo, made a pass deflection, and returned an interception on a pass by Tony Romo to wide receiver Des Bryant for a 8-yard touchdown during a victory at the Dallas Cowboys. On October 7, 2012, Tillman made 4 solo tackles, 1 pass deflection, and had his 2nd consecutive game with a pick 6 after intercepting a pass by Blaine Gabbert to wide receiver Justin Blackmon during a win at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The touchdown marked the 8th defensive touchdown of his career and earned him the Bears' franchise record for most defensive touchdowns in a career, surpassing the previous record of 7 by his former teammate Mike Brown. On November 4, 2012, Tillman had one of the best overall performances of his career when he set a season high with 9 solo tackles, made 1 pass deflection, and set a career high with 4 forced fumbles during a win at the Tennessee Titans. 3 of the 4 were recovered by the Bears and led to touchdowns as a result. His 4 forced fumbles is the record for the most known forced fumbles by a single player in a game since the stat was officially recognized and recorded in 1991. In Week 16, he made 8 solo tackles, 1 pass deflection, and returned an interception on a pass thrown by Ryan Lindley to wide receiver Andre Roberts for a 8-yard touchdown as the Bears won at the Arizona Cardinals. He started all 16 games for the 3rd consecutive season in a row and finished the 2012 NFL season with a total of 87 combined tackles, 75 solo, 16 pass deflections, set a career high with 10 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, set a career high with 3 touchdowns, and made 2 fumble recoveries. He was named to the 2013 Pro Bowl, marking his 2nd consecutive Pro Bowl selection, making him the first Bears defensive back to be named to back-to-back Pro Bowls since Mark Carrier. He was later named to his first All-Pro team, placed on the first team. He led the league in forced fumbles, 10 in 2012, and also tied for the most pick sixes that season, along with St. Louis Rams Yonoris Jenkins. On December 31, 2012, the Bears announced their decision to fire head coach Lovie Smith after finishing with a record in 2012. Tillman was considered by various sources as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, competing with Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt. Now, it's time to shift gears and explore 2013. On January 16, 2013, the Chicago Bears hired Mark Trestman as their new head coach. Defensive coordinator Mel Tucker retained Tillman and Tim Jennings as the starting cornerbacks to begin the season. On September 8, 2013, Tillman started in the Bears' home opener against the Cincinnati Bengals and recorded 7 combined tackles, 5 solo, had 2 pass breakups, and set a season high with 2 interceptions on passes thrown by Andy Dalton to wide receiver A.J. Green during a victory. This was his second and last multi-interception game of his career, with his first occurring against the New England Patriots in 2006. He was inactive as the Bears defeated the New York Giants in Week 6 due to knee injury. In Week 7, Tillman set a season high with 8 combined tackles, 6 solo, made 2 pass deflections, and had his last interception as a member of the Bears by picking off a pass Robert Griffin threw to wide receiver Leonard Hankerson during a loss at the Washington Redskins. In Week 10, Tillman recorded 5 solo tackles and made 2 pass deflections, but suffered a torn triceps while shoving Calvin Johnson while covering him in the fourth quarter of a loss to the Detroit Lions. Although Tillman was injured, he managed to complete the game, but was responsible for giving up the game-winning touchdown on a 8-yard touchdown reception by Calvin Johnson with 2:22 remaining. Tillman refused to blame his injury or state it affected his ability to play. On November 11, 2013, it was reported that Tillman tore his right triceps and was placed on injured reserve with the designation to return, as it was initially thought he would not require surgery and could return by the playoffs with an expected recovery time of weeks. On December 16, 2013, Bears head coach Mark Trestman would indefinitely remain inactive for the remainder of the season, including playoffs, after it was determined he would require surgery to repair his torn triceps. He remained inactive for the last 7 weeks of the season. He finished the season with a total of 42 combined tackles, 33 solo, 6 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles in 8 games and 8 starts. He was awarded the Walter Payton Man of the Year to acknowledge his charitable efforts in the community. Tillman is tied with Donald Wolford for the most interceptions by a cornerback in team history, trailing only safeties Gary Fensick and Richie Pettibon. He also has forced 36 fumbles, which is the most by a defensive back in the league since 2003. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on 2014 and its role in shaping our understanding. On March 14, 2014, the Chicago Bears signed Tillman to a 1-year, $3.25 million contract extension that included $750,000 guaranteed and an initial signing bonus of $500,000. The Bears selected Kyle Fuller in the first round, 14th overall of the 2014 NFL Draft. Head coach Mark Trestman retained Tillman and Tim Jennings as the starting cornerbacks to begin the season. In Week 2, Tillman started in his last game with the Chicago Bears and recorded 4 solo tackles and made 1 pass deflection before exiting in the third quarter of a victory at the San Francisco Ayers after injuring his triceps again. On September 15, 2014, the Bears officially placed Tillman on season-ending injured reserve after it was confirmed he had torn right triceps for the 2nd consecutive season and would remain inactive for the last 14 weeks of the season. He only started in 2 games and finished with only 8 solo tackles and 1 pass deflection. He holds the Bears' franchise record for most career defensive touchdowns, 9, and also holds the record for the most career interceptions, 36, among all Bears cornerbacks. Turning our focus to 2015, let's explore its key elements. On April 9, 2015, the Carolina Panthers signed Tillman to a one-year, $2 million contract that included a signing bonus of $350,000. His decision to sign with the Panthers reunited with head coach Ron Rivera, who previously was the defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. He became the No. 2 starting cornerback, supplanting Ben Benwicker. Defensive coordinator Sean McDermott named Tillman and Josh Norman the starting cornerbacks to begin the season. In Week 3, he set a season high with 9 combined tackles, 6 solo during a win against the New Orleans Saints. On November 2, 2015, Tillman recorded 4 combined tackles, 2 solo, set a season high with 3 pass deflections, and intercepted a pass by Andrew Luck to wide receiver T.Y. Hilton during the Panthers' overtime victory over the Indianapolis Colts. He recorded his first forced fumble for the Panthers during their victory over the Green Bay Packers. In Week 10, Tillman hyperextended his knee during a victory at the Tennessee Titans and remained inactive for the next 4 weeks. On December 20, 2015, Tillman made 5 combined tackles for solo, a pass deflection, forced a fumble, and helped secure a victory at the New York Giants by intercepting a pass by Eli Manning to wide receiver Hakeem Nicks in the 4th quarter, marking the last pick of his career. On January 3, 2016, Tillman appeared in the last game of his career and recorded 3 combined tackles to solo before exiting in the 3rd quarter of a win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers due to a knee injury. He finished the season with 55 combined tackles, 36 solo, 7 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery in 12 games and 12 starts. On January 3, 2016, it was announced that Riz confirmed that Tillman suffered a torn ACL and would subsequently miss the playoffs. The Carolina Panthers finished in 1st place in the NFC South with a record in 2015 and earned a first-round bye. On February 7, 2016, Tillman's Panthers played in Super Bowl 50. In the game, the Panthers fell to the Denver Broncos by a score of. Let's now turn our gaze towards retirement and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. On July 18, 2016, after 13 seasons in the NFL, Tillman announced his retirement from football via a 3-minute YouTube video. He signed a ceremonial 1-day contract to retire with the Chicago Bears on July 22. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into NFL career statistics and understand its role in the broader context. Legend bold. Now, let's shift our focus to regular season and embark on an intellectual exploration of its various dimensions. Ear team games, tackles, fumbles, interceptions, GPGS, solo AS 2003 CHI 1613 8376 2004 CHI 8739 32 2005 CHI 1515 93 82 2006 CHI 1414 86 C8 2007 CHI 1515 75 66 2008 CHI 1515 93 81 2009 CHI 1515 77 65 2010 CHI 16 16 82 71 2011 CHI 16 16 99 82 2012 CHI 16 16 86 74 2013 CHI 8 8 41 32 2014 CHI 2 88 2015 CAR 12 12 55 36 career 168 164 911 773 138. With the foundation laid, let's embark on a journey into post-football career. Tillman has expressed interest in working in law enforcement. In September 2017, the Chicago Tribune reported that he was training with federal agents at the FBI Training Academy in Quantico, Virginia. Tillman previously trained with law enforcement officers while playing in the NFL during the offseason. He gained the qualification a day before his 37th birthday. Now, let's dig deeper into personal life and unveil the hidden treasures it holds within. Tillman often makes appearances on Fox Chicago sports shows. He also organizes, runs, and advocates numerous charitable functions. Tillman's Aunt Renee nicknamed him Peanut, since his body resembled the shape of a peanut during infancy. Safety Mike Brown spread the nickname after meeting Tillman during his rookie year. He and his wife, Jackie, have 3 daughters and a son. In November 2012, Tillman stated that he might miss the Bears game against the Houston Texans in case his wife went into labor, but ended up playing the entire game. On November 13, Tillman and his wife had their 3rd daughter. Tillman's Cornerstone Foundation mission is to help improve the lives of critically and chronically ill children throughout Chicago. Tillman created the foundation after his 2nd youngest daughter was diagnosed with dilated cardiomyopathy, which resulted in a heart transplant. Tillman has worked with United Services Automobile Association USAA as part of the insurance company's Thank You campaign, highlighting cooperation between the NFL and the military services. In September 2019, Tillman rode across Lake Michigan to raise awareness and nearly $200,000 for childhood cancer. I love hearing from you, so leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments.